Welcome to Simulator Adventures and welcome to GearCity. Now this is a fairly realistic simulation of a car company. So you can found it and run it as the boss. And you pretty much get to make all the decisions you could possibly ever wish to make in a car company. I've had this game for 2 years now, and YouTube isn't exactly full of videos on this game. There's more than enough. There's a few tutorials out there, but quite a lot of gameplay series. And I thought I just wanted to make this video to be both really, a gameplay series and a tutorial. So I've had over 100 hours in the game. It's now 2018. Bought this in about 2016, and yeah, they've really come a long way. Well, I think it's a single guy making this. So yeah, you can search it on Steam. It's not that expensive. I think it's about £11.99. It's what, about $15? Yeah, it's a very good purchase. Very good purchase. And I'm sure if you're like me and enjoy this kind of stuff, you'll have hundreds of hours of fun. So you just click Start New Game. Don't need to fiddle around the settings really. And you have something to save as. Let's call it YouTube. Save it as YouTube. If I can spell. You get to choose a year. You could choose the year you're born in. You could choose right at the start of the kind of automotive industry world. But I'm going to choose something a bit easier. 1990. You can also click easy. This is a good idea to start with. Actually, the reason I chose 1990 is because the car industry has kind of come into like what would we class now as the modern era. You got some options. Stay with the base map. It's just the whole world basically. None of these are important because here your skills and your image. These are all the things that your consumers will have a look at and see. Oh, they're quite good at racing. They're quite good at luxury cars. Doesn't really matter. Just click continue. See what happens here. There you go. And here you go. You've got the whole world at your disposal. You've got some little kind of functions here which show you where's best to go. You want to go basically somewhere like London or New York. So I'm going to choose London. You can see here they've got good infrastructure. They're going to grow a bit. They do have a good per capita income. Yeah, I think GDP per capita, no. Yeah, and then the average labour wage is not much information on there. My name is Jack. Our company is going to be called YouTube Cars. Oh yeah. You choose a logo. So go for that. It's like Big Brother. And now the AI is very important. This keeps the game interesting, so you have competitors. I'd say go for the top 10 companies. So these are basically the biggest companies. They're kind of based off real world companies with funny names because you can't use real names in this game. Anyway, so you're presented with your office. The office is basically a menu. You can click on your computer, you can click on your phone. And the first thing I recommend you do is click on your computer. Now here you come up with your home base, London, United Kingdom, and you've got where you produce your cars, factories, where you sell your cars, your branches or dealerships, what you want to call them, how you appeal to customers, your marketing, quick ways to affect your company, and also later on you'll get the chance to sell your cars to racing industries or the army, that sort of place. So if you can't flog your cars to regular people, you can sell them to the army, which is quite fun. An easy way to make the game easier is down here, keep auto hire and auto wage on, auto union and auto recondition. Now what this means, auto union, the game will deal with any disputes within your workforce so they won't go on strike. Auto recondition, the factories will have their tools replenished, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, a very important thing on here is the sales book. This has all sorts of reports, so you can see your revenues, you've got your city sales, your market share. Now none of this is all popped up because the game starts, the other companies start when you start. So there's nothing to see. The most important thing, report us one body fuel type demand. Now we're in Europe, so you can click on these to sort. Double click, just because it goes lowest to highest, highest to lowest. What's the best selling car type in Europe? It's the hatchback and subcompact. Now they're quite similar. So what we could do to maximise our profit is share the parts between these two and make two of almost exactly the same car. But we've got 22% of the market instead of 12 and 10. If you look down here, all the different types of fuel. Again, sort. So gasoline or petrol, obviously the highest. Then we've got diesel, hybrid, hydrogen. Interesting. I mean, I wouldn't say that hydrogen came about in 1990. And water, which is actually steam cars, which were very popular in the 19th and early 20th century. So now, at the door, go to your research and design department and click on design. Now, chassis. You've got two options to design this. You need to design a chassis, an engine, and a gearbox, and you do it through this system. I would advise you go advanced, because assisted, basically, you choose the car you want, and it comes up with all sorts of options, or predefined options, for you to make. But no, advanced is just better. What you want to do, let's start that again, chassis, advanced. You've got options here of what kind of frame you want on your car. Now, unibody is the most common. It's where the whole body is built into each other. It's very secure, very safe. And front wheel drive, F, that stands for where the engine is mounted at the front, and front wheel drive. So if you look down here, this one's rear engined rear wheel drive. You've also got 4-wheel drive, that sort of stuff. So go front. You can choose the types of suspension. Cheapest being the leaf spring. We won't go for something as cheap as that. I like McPherson struts. You can also go for double wishbone if you want to make your car a little bit sportier. All of the stats are here. Now we're making a hatchback. Not very big. Make it a little bit shorter. And a little bit narrower. But increase the frame height. Because if you think, you want a lot of headroom in a car. So, we're not making a sports car. It doesn't need to be low down. Give it a bit of height. You don't have to give it maximum supported engine length and width. Small cars don't need big engines. Neither do they need to be sporty. You can decrease the performance and braking and the comfort. And stability is just another form of comfort. But they probably want to be quite durable. So you can increase that a bit, but I wouldn't bother. Important thing down here is the overall ratings. So this shows you, I mean, a hatchback wants to be dependable and slightly comfy and strong, because it needs to be safe. So see if we can, there you go, look. So as we change this, the strength changes. But you've got to be careful, because look at the price. You don't want to be paying that much for a car. Now, one annoying thing about this game is the noises of the factory in the background. Not nice. Really not nice. So, our hatchback. That's our chassis. Now, engine. We're going to make one of these. A straight, these are the most common. A straight 4-cylinder. Petrol, gasoline. The valve train, this is how the fuel gets into the engine, into the cylinders. Double overhead cams are the most efficient, but expensive. And I'd recommend a small fuel turbocharger. Now, does it fit? You need to select your chassis to see if your engine will fit into the car. Select the car you've got, and now you can fill it up with these, the layout. So we can make it a longer engine, which you can see, that's an issue. The engine's too long. Modern cars have a transversely fitted engine, which means that the engine isn't laid flat across as you would look at a car. It's laid kind of 90 degrees at an angle. So that makes it, you can utilize a lot more room in the engine bay. You can also increase the displacement of the engine, which basically means the amount of liquid that can be held in the cylinders, I think. Now we want it to be not very powerful. Increase that, but definitely fuel efficient. Look at that, 40 miles per gallon, which in 1990 isn't too bad. These are all fine. Now, technology is not that important. These are just what kind of how good the materials are in the car and in the engine. That just can increase the smoothness slightly, fuel rust slightly. Let's call it the hatch, and make a gearbox. Now, I'd advise you go manual. Even though in a lot of countries you can sell automatics better, this game doesn't really have that. It's more about the specs of the gearbox. Doesn't matter. People in this game don't have a preference over automatic or manual. Like a 5-speed with overdrive, this just makes it more efficient. Specifications, well, it doesn't need to have that much torque. Torque is this figure, because I remember the car had about 150, something like that. Select engine, here you go. Had, oh no, only 111, 82 pound-feet, that's nothing. So we can just decrease this loads, look at that. Car doesn't need to be that, or shifting either. It does need to be fuel efficient, as we've already said. Although we can't get it to increase that much, there's no point really. Okay, hatch. So, go down to view, chassis, engine and gearbox. It's going to be done in 12 months. So let's go back to our office. Now, you click on the clock, and let's wait 12 months for our car to be done. Now, this stuff flashing up now isn't so important. You can see down the bottom left our money draining away from the research. There's meant to be little bits of text informing about real-world car companies on there, just to be interesting, but don't really have enough time to see them. Anyway, now comes the fun part, actually making a car. Vehicle. So let's go again. Design. Vehicle. Advanced. We want to make a hatchback. Now you select your components. It'll give you some feedback and tell you how popular this kind of style of car is in each country. So yeah, poor reliability and may use much fuel. It just says that you can work with a car like this. It doesn't need to be that good. And then you can select the body, the Chundrick, the lemon. I mean, it's 1990. I'm going to go for the Lofter. That looks kind of like a modern car. Now, you don't need to give your car wheels, which is funny. You can just click finish now and just leave it as a shell. But to show you what you can do in this game, I'm going to. Well, you can make antennas. That's a new feature. I didn't realise that. So, tyres. Let's give it some wheels. And then you make it smaller here. Clone the wheel. Drag it across. And it does look a bit weird, I must be honest. Which is why I tend to not do that. Make these fit. And headlights, clone it again, it mirrors them. Tail lights. I quite like that actually. Oh no, I don't like that. Clone, there you go. I want to see what an antenna looks like now. Put it on the bonnet. No, maybe not. Oh, that would annoy me. No, it's got to be in the... Oh, actually. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. You can give yourself hood ornaments. Which looks a bit weird. But you can do that, so... Yeah. And a grill. Which looks really weird. Look at that. Best way to make your car look good, though, is paint it. Let's give it a nice red. That's bright. There you go. Our odd-looking car. Save a name. Let's call it the Hatch. Oh, I've already called a car that. So yeah, for some reason, the save names carry over every save game. Let's just call it LOL. Save name exists. Good. Now come to design focus. And you want your target demographic. These are the kind of people you're going to sell the car to. So let's go middle class. I know it's quite an old-fashioned thing to say. It's a class system, basically, this game, but that's the simplest way it can break down in how much money people earn. You can see down here, what do we need compared to what our car is? So the car needs to be dependable, so you drag across dependability. And there we go. Dependability, our rating, matches its importance to a customer. But we can see the cargo isn't doing very well. So on here, move cargo across so we can carry more stuff. And also utility. We're not quite going to make it. It doesn't really matter. We do have an need to make the car more comfortable to drive. So if we go testing, comfortability. There we go. And also let's increase the performance and fuel economy. Because what I want to do, I want to get this overall. That's odd. Safety goes down. I want to get the overall to what we kind of need. I want to get it to 3 stars anyway. Let's give it some. Maybe we don't need this. It could be that we don't need this, to be honest. I mean, it'll be fine. Anyway, you can click here, click ratings. You can see that it's going to take 24 seconds to get to 60 miles per hour, but it does get 51 mpg. That's pretty good. Now build. It gives you a car name off random. The Nigeria. The Drac. The YouTube Cars Drac. That sounds good. And then just click build. The car is on its way. Now we could also make the subcompact, but I'm thinking this is going to be quite a long video if we do that. So vehicle, 23 months. We know how long now to wait in our office. 23 months. So yeah, I have really enjoyed this game. It allows you to create so much. You can create different versions of exactly the same car with very interesting engines. But of course, it's not all about that. There's a stock system. There's appealing to a massive market. And actually, this developer is also making an airline game, which I'm quite interested in. There are competitor games out there, something like Automation, but it's not really finished. And this is the most complete modern car game where you can run a company and sell your cars. Runs from about 1900 to about 2030, 2040. I think you can go up to 2050 actually. So let's start selling our car. Go to your computer. You can see our factory in London, which we started in. Use all production lines and put the production speed to somewhere between quality and quantity. You can see here that our model quality isn't affected until we go kind of over here. But really, because it's only a 0.03 decrease, you can make the full amount. If you go to the branches, you can see a recommended price that the game gives us. So if we click apply, there we go. That's our car being sold in London. Now you can also click end on the keyboard to progress the term, as I've done. And as you can see here, we sold 2,407 and we made 2,407, so we're meeting the demand, and probably actually the demand is outstripping supply. And we also made 22 million in profit. If you come here, all-time market share, you can see that YouTube Cars not doing very well at the bottom of there, but it doesn't matter. Come out to your computer. As you can see, estimated unfilled demand 2,212. So finally in this video, I'd just like to show you how you can expand your company. Click on the globe. Gonna go up. Zoom in a bit. Whoa. We've got a factory here. What we want to do is factories, upgrade, and increase it. Just slightly. So we can have 12 production lines. But also, it's not just about building the cars, it's about selling the cars. And as you can see, we're only in one city. You can go to your branch, you can redesign your branch so they grow better and they're better at selling things to people. But we want to do that also in Birmingham. Create a branch in Leeds, build a branch. Build a branch in Liverpool. Ooh. Glasgow and Belfast. So all across the United Kingdom. Start in your home country where you set your base. And just remember to go apply to all. So that applies the same price and selling that car in all places. If we end the turn once more. Oh, we can see that we're massively in debt now because of the cost of the factory upgrade. Which may mean we go out of business. But it doesn't matter. I accidentally clicked on the phone. You can see that actually if we were able to sell the car better, we would have a lot of demand. So what I'm actually going to do for now is increase the price to about 30,000 because people obviously want to pay for these. And we're only losing 5 million now. But people still want to buy them at 30,000. Yes, they still. Let's make a 55,000. 55,000 for a hatchback? I mean, it doesn't sound right, does it? There you go. We're making money, and our factory is nearly done. It's complete. Let's decrease that to 20,000. And now just fill up the production line. End turn once more. And there we go. We're selling quite a few cars. Hopefully our market share's gone up. If you got recent market share, there you go. So YouTube Cars has a 1.3% stake in the market. That's quite good. So thank you very much for watching. That was the end of the first part of this GearCity tutorial and Let's Play. Hope to see you in the next one.